we would do lows account, tri-axles and all that. So it's heavy shit, man. And man, so I onboard and the team outside is hooking up the ELD. They're putting on the placards and I'm all excited. I'm like, fuck yeah, man, brownie point. I'm looking good. Like 2 weeks into the job, man, I knock on my door and like, hey, Christian, come here. You know, that's a day cab, right? I'm like, oh, is that a problem? No, it gets worse, man. Fucking single axle, right? And I'm like, oh, like there's no way around the single axle. There's just the weight, and like, oh man. So now I have to go tell this guy that all of this was a big mistake because he's got a single axle day cab. And my man quit his job, plates, this, that, the other. Man, I felt so bad. It was cool. We ended up good. I actually, I turned on my step outside the box mindset. I actually helped him find a job with another carrier. I had to.
That's how bad you felt.
Yeah, man. So if my old boss is listening to this, yeah, I did that, man. I recruited for somebody else. Man, I felt like shit, man. But I had to kind of make it right. But at the same time, he was cool about it. He had some ownership in it because, he knew the business too. Like he bought this truck from Arrow, and they got it up in Jersey as well. And kind of like what we always say, this money maker, and it was a good price, and he figured he could find some kind of neat niche somewhere that he could squeeze this thing in, and just kind of, we were doing like loads from the port to Carteret right there, which was like fucking 30 miles round trip, like nice and easy. So that was his intention. He got as far as like getting placard, and man, like shit, bro, like we did everything, and so yeah, man, not proud of that moment, but. Live and learn. I apologize to the dude. I almost forgot about all this until we were sharing. So I wonder if he forgot. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. But once again, do apologize.
I actually think like something, not like that, but something somewhat similar. We dealt with something like this here like a while back too. I think maybe something came up like right before the end of orientation. Something that was not disclosed in the application and stuff.
Okay.
And we had to tell an individual, like, look, there is a problem here that they didn't tell us about, and now we can't do anything about it. And even though it's not technically our fault,
yeah,
it still feels shitty as fuck.
Yeah, man, because you have major ownership in that, man.
Yeah.
But I know I can't be the only one, man. So if anybody out there has a story that like either you got turned away at the last minute, man, share it. Was it your fault? Was it not?
Also, in my opinion, because here and there we would get those phone calls. So I think, guys, if you're about to buy a truck, don't fall for a day cab. Don't limit yourself. Even if you're looking to do a local work, buy a sleeper truck. Buy a sleeper truck. Buy a tandem axle. Buy a normal OTR truck. And then you can do anything you want to do. You can do local, you can do OTR, you can do regional. Just imagine a thing, how many times even you local guys went to the shipper and it takes 8 hours to unload.
Yeah.
Man, that seat is not that freaking comfortable.
No, but all kinds of things can happen. Like I've even seen where, the guy buys a second truck. And now, you want to put a driver in there, like... If you're going to put a driver in your truck, you don't want him in a day cab local. You want that guy to be a little bit OTR. So I guess the idea is buy a regular truck.
And it can do both.
Yeah, you have options. At the end of the day, you have options. Maybe you never have to execute those options. Well, good for you. But at least you had them if you needed them.
And it's more comfortable truck at the end of the day, to keep stuff in there. And then if you get stuck at the shipper, you can take a nap. You can, just be more comfortable because that's your office. That's where you spend a lot of times. And that day cab is not that comfortable.
No.
Even the seat is like a lot more comfortable in a normal truck than a day cab.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, guys. So that's a good lesson for everybody, and especially for the guys that are looking at those day cabs. I don't think it's a good idea. So if we can save you a little bit of headaches, don't buy a day cab.
Yeah.
You don't need it. No matter what kind of work you do, no matter who is the recruiter.
But I learned my lesson because, out of all the entire team, nobody helped me deliver the news to the guy, which is a good test, man. I appreciate that. So
here we go. And you did find him another opportunity. So that's a few points to you.
All right, guys. Be safe. Drive safe. Till next time.
All right. Take care, guys.